Hey everyone, how are you today? Welcome back to Toon Talk English. I'm Neha and I have a super exciting story to tell you. Guess what? Last week, I flew on an airplane for the very first time in my life. Yes, me, a girl from a small town in India, flying all the way to New York City to visit my big sister. But let me tell you, it wasn't all smooth sailing. I was nervous, confused, excited, everything at once. So today, I'm going to take you on that journey and teach you real English phrases, airport vocabulary, and fun idioms along the way. So grab your boarding pass and let's fly together. The night before my flight, I was both excited and a little scared. I packed my suitcase carefully. Clothes, shoes, headphones, my favorite book, and a small gift for my sister. I made sure to keep my passport, visa, and flight ticket in a safe place. Mom helped me pack some snacks. She said, just in case you get hungry on the plane. Dad reminded me to keep my ID card and some money in my purse. I kept checking my bag, making sure I didn't forget anything important. At 5 a.m., the taxi arrived to take me to the airport. I hugged my parents tightly. Mom said, "Call us when you arrive safely." I promised, trying to hold back tears. The taxi ride was quiet. I kept thinking, what'll happen at the airport? What if I don't understand the questions? But I was ready to face it. When I reached the airport, it looked huge. Bigger than I expected. So many people, so many signs. I took a deep breath and walked inside. I found the international check-in counters for my airline. I waited in line patiently. When it was my turn, the staff smiled and said,
Passport and ticket, please.
I handed them over nervously. She asked.
How many bags are you checking in?
I replied, 1 bag. She weighed my suitcase, printed a baggage tag, and gave me my boarding pass. She said,
Your gate is 23. Boarding starts at 7:15. Have a great flight.
I smiled and thanked her. Now came the security check. I took off my jacket, watch, and belt and put them in trays. The officer said,
Please place your bags and electronics in the trays, then walk through the scanner.
I walked carefully through the metal detector. It beeped. Oops, my watch. I laughed quietly, took it off, and walked through again. This time, it was clear. I gathered my things and moved on. Next, I went to the immigration counter. The officer asked clearly.
What is the purpose of your visit?
I answered, I am visiting my sister in New York. He asked.
How long will you stay?
I said, 3 weeks. He scanned my passport and stamped it.
All right, you're all set. Enjoy your stay.
I smiled with relief and walked on. I found gate 23 and sat down. I had some time before the plane started boarding. I looked out the window at planes taking off and landing. I sent a quick message to my sister. I'm at the gate, flight on time. She replied, Yay, see you soon. The announcer said,
Flight AI 101 to New York is now boarding.
I stood up, showed my boarding pass, and walked down the jet bridge into the airplane. The flight attendant smiled and said,
Welcome aboard. Can I help you find your seat?
I showed her my ticket. Seat 12A, please. Window seat if possible. She smiled.
You're lucky. Window seat 12A is yours.
I put my bag in the overhead bin, sat down, and buckled my seatbelt. The flight attendant reminded everyone.
Please fasten your seatbelt and switch your devices to airplane mode.
I looked out the window, feeling butterflies in my stomach. After takeoff, a flight attendant came to me and asked,
Would you like something to drink? Juice, water, or soda?
I replied, water please. She smiled and said,
Here you go. If you need anything else, just press the call button.
Later she asked,
Would you like a vegetarian meal or non-vegetarian?
I said, vegetarian please. She handed me a tray with rice, vegetables, and a salad. It tasted great. Suddenly, the plane shook a little. Turbulence! I held the armrest tightly. The woman next to me smiled and said,
Don't worry, this is normal.
I relaxed a bit and smiled back. Sometimes storms come and go. Not all storms are scary. We talked about New York, family, and travel tips. Her name was Auntie Rani. She told me how to take the subway and where to find good food. Talking helped me forget my nerves. The pilot announced.
We are beginning our descent into New York City.
I looked down and saw tall buildings, busy streets, and yellow taxis. It felt like a dream come true. At JFK Airport, I went through immigration again. The officer asked.
Why are you visiting the US?
I answered. To visit my sister for 3 weeks. He smiled, stamped my passport, and said,
Enjoy your stay.
and there she was, my sister, waving at me from across the hall. I ran to her and hugged her tight. She said,
You did it! Welcome to New York, little sis.
Wow, what a journey! From nervous packing to landing in New York, I learned so much. Let's quickly recap the new words and idioms we use today. Boarding pass. A document that allows you to enter the flight. Example. Here's your boarding pass, gate 23. Immigration. Border control for entry into a country. Example. The officer asked about my visit. Turbulence. Air movement that shakes the plane. Example. Turbulence made the plane shake a bit. Descent. Going down before landing. Example. We're beginning our descent. Overhead bin. Storage space above your airplane seat. Example. I put my bag in the overhead bin. Now let's look at some fun idioms and expressions from my journey. Smooth sailing, meaning something easy or without problems. Example. It wasn't all smooth sailing. Butterflies in my stomach, meaning a nervous feeling. Example. I had butterflies in my stomach. Hold back tears, meaning to try not to cry. Example. I held back tears when saying goodbye. Dream come true, meaning something you always wished for. Example. It felt like a dream come true. Face it, meaning be brave and deal with something. Example. I was ready to face it. Thanks for flying with me today, friends. If you enjoyed this journey and learned something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Leave a fly in the comments if you've ever flown before or if you want to someday. Until next time, keep smiling, keep learning. This is Neha from Toon Talk English. Signing off.